Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to communicate with confidence, but you didn't feel confident? Well, that's what I want to address in this video. I want to give you 3 specific tools that you can use in that situation. And the best thing about these is they work very quickly. Secondly, they really are not visible to other people. So I'm not going to be telling you to go into the bathroom and make a power pose. These are tools that you can use straight away when you are in the situation with people that you're communicating with. Let's say you're giving a presentation, one of those things, or you're at a party, or you're in a social situation, on a date, whatever it is. And you really just need to come across as confident, even though you may be a little bit nervous. So about the first trick, I want to tell you a quick personal story to explain it. When I did this the first time, I got scared. And the reason I got scared was because when I did this at the beginning of a training session I ran for a big corporate client, I noticed that within a few seconds, everybody looked at me very, very attentively, and it freaked me out. I'd never had so many people look at me with so much attention and so much focus and so much expectation. So the moment I felt that, I realized I need to deliver. So here's what I was focusing on. And I've actually done it right now while I was telling this quick story. Have you noticed what I was doing? When I was telling the story just now, I was using a downward inflection. And a downward inflection is a really interesting thing to use if you want to feel in control and in charge and confident. And if you want to sound in control, in charge and confident to other people. What you'll notice is when you keep doing this for a while, people really start to listen. Why? Because everything you say, it sounds like a command, a subtle command. There are 3 intonations where you go up at the end of the sentence or at the end of the phrase. It will sound like a question. If you stay stable and you just more or less go neutral, which a lot of people do, it's a statement, but it's not a command. And what you get when you use a downward inflection, you have a continuously commanding tone in your voice. Very subtle. It's not like, I'm telling you what to do right now, but it's, I'm telling you what to do right now. So please listen to me. Now, I know this sounds strange at the beginning, and I know we all have habits, vocal habits, that are very much part of who we are, and we think, hey, this is how I speak. So it's very strange to do something different. But watch back a few times the story I've just told you, and notice what I've been doing. Quick tip with this. If you're somebody that speaks a bit like this the whole time, and you're like, oh yeah, you're always down here, then you're going to struggle with this because you don't have anywhere to go down. You can only go up. Yeah. Or stay on the same level. So for that, you need to find a range in your voice. A little bit more range, so you actually start a bit higher, and then you go down. Otherwise, you don't have a pattern that goes down. The second thing I want to share with you is really, really, really great, because it's not even something that requires any conscious thought, and it works very well. We are quite extraordinarily gifted in terms of our vision, and that is the ability to go from focal vision to peripheral vision. So many years ago, just to give a very layman's introduction to this, we were often in danger and we needed to survive. So we had focal vision when we really needed to focus what it was just now in the bushes that was moving, and then we were on high alert, because when we are in focal vision, we tend to be more on high alert, and we tend to communicate to our bodies, oh, there's a bit of a danger there. We need to look out. There's a snake on the ground just 3 meters away from me. I need to make a move. So we're often having focal vision associated with fight, flight, or freeze, which is another instinctive reaction that we have to danger, which is great because it helps us to notice that there's a lorry coming towards us and run to the side of the street, for example, even nowadays. The key thing to take away from this is that focal vision puts you into a state of alert, and it signals to the body that potentially you need to be on alert. It could create a sense that you are in danger. Peripheral vision, on the other side, is what we use when we are not in danger, for sure. When we are relaxing, when we're feeling calm and there is no danger, no worry, And at the end of the day, you know, our eyes glaze over a little bit and we're looking at something, but we're also noticing everything around us. And peripheral vision signals to the body that we are able to relax, that we are not in danger. The lesson from this: if you get into peripheral vision in situations where you might have been nervous, it will relax you and it will give you a sense that there is no danger, that you're in charge, that you're comfortable, there's no problem. Now, how do you get into peripheral vision? That's a good question that you're probably just asking yourself right now. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, very easy. Just keep looking at the video right now. Keep giving me eye contact. Don't look to the left or the right, okay? Then just move your hands out a bit like this to the sides. And just so that you can still, out of the corner of your eye, see them. But keep looking at me in the meantime, yeah? Now just twiddle your fingers a little bit so that you notice something moving there without looking at them, okay? You're still giving me eye contact, but your vision should open up. And what you should be experiencing right now is that you are still seeing these fingers, your fingers twiddling. You'll notice that your vision has sort of, your eyes are glazing over slightly. You're still giving me eye contact, but other things have come in vision, right? You probably notice more about what's going on around you. And you may also notice that you start to breathe more deeply and just to feel more relaxed overall and not worried about anything. So getting into peripheral vision is a really, really, really great thing that you can do. Now, obviously, I said earlier, this you can do this with people around you. Now, obviously, you're not going to be there going, grr, but it gets very easy once you got used to the idea of peripheral vision. So it's a good way to practice with this. But later on, once you've done this a few times, you can literally just think about, hey, peripheral vision. Okay. Remember peripheral vision? Yeah, let's do that. And you will notice that your eyes will soften, your gaze will soften, and you can still talk to the person like I'm talking to you right now, but you can still feel in peripheral vision. And you'll notice it calms down your nervous system and it makes you feel that there is no danger. Especially if you do the third thing that I'm going to give you right now. And this is honestly, it's one of my favorite things. And I kind of came up with this myself. I didn't take this from NLP or from any other discipline. I kind of came up with this myself, okay? So for the third thing, you just want to imagine yourself at the center of a big bubble. And this bubble is, let's say, in your favorite color. Imagine that bubble being so big that the people that you're talking to are included in the bubble, but you're still at the center of this bubble. Does that make sense? Like, for example, right now, I'm imagining that the camera that I'm talking to right now is a part of this bubble, yeah? I could make it bigger if I'm giving a speech. And I do this when I'm going for a training event, for example. I have to present to people or something like that. I give a speech. I create a bubble. It gives you a sense of space. Very often we feel that we're competing with other people for space. Now, this basically includes everyone, incorporates everyone into your space, in your favorite color. And the favorite color is really important. Make it the favorite color, not the one that suits you the best, but the one that makes you feel the best. And for me, that's coral. It's just such a beautiful, bright color that just gives me good vibes. Again, is one of those things you can do while you're in this situation. Now, as somebody who used to be extremely shy in front of people, that used to always struggle to also speak in a second language and all these kind of things, I want to tell you that these are very effective and they are some of the best tools that I've come up over 15 years of working on myself and working with clients. And if you're somebody that's really struggling with situations like this where you need to perform and be at your best, I'm also happy to work with people one-on-one via coaching, which I do frequently with clients. So feel free to come to the website confidencetriggers.com and check in with me there. There's also a program on my website called The Challenge. It helps you to double your self-confidence in all the situations where it matters the most, whether that be giving presentations, whether that's at work, whether that is in social situations. We all have our own weak spots, so addressing them is really, really helpful so that you start actually enjoying these situations and not hold back anymore in your life. If you like this kind of content, then let me know here in the comments and leave a like as well. And if you've ever wanted to improve your self-esteem reliably and in the simplest possible way, I recommend this video here.